We should be good. There we are. Yes, welcome back. Of course, we had a very entertaining first stream. That should be fine. That should work. Unfortunately, what we kind of need, folks, is like, and I didn't think of it, because I wouldn't think of it. Oh, hello! Hello, Vino. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for having watched all the time. I do appreciate the support. Yes, welcome to the second part of our... well, I might as well restart this, hadn't I? Effectively. Welcome to the second part of our Remake Randomized stream. We started off yesterday. And somehow did not finish yesterday. The game has been fascinating. Very, very fascinating. We have done all sorts of sequence breaking, and we've had audio and graphical glitches. We could technically beat the game right now, I think. Even though we've barely done anything in the residence, we still haven't found all the death masks for the mansion. We haven't touched Plant 42. We've had water snakes. We've had all sorts of things happen. It has been a fascinating stream. And I am very much looking forward to this going up live onto YouTube. The first video already is up. And normally I would have got more videos up by now, but, well, we kind of had to finish the game. That's a thing. Yeah, so I don't normally stream on Saturdays. I've got sort of this Friday, well, the Friday just gone. We will be streaming again on the 11th with this again. I intend to redo this game, but with a different randomizer. We're looking at running on the room randomizer, which should be fun. There have been people who certainly done streams of that before. And if this has been totally bizarre, I suspect that running on a room randomizer will be very, very brain intensive. Trying to keep track of everything going on. Because then, rather than this game, there's no game audio. Ah, good spot. Thank you, guys. Good spot. Good thing this is all, again, still stream exclusive here. I'm just going to get us up to where we need to be. There we go. Thanks for noticing that, guys. So whereas the, this has been very bizarre on the respect of, you know, how my standard, how I'd go into a Resident Evil game has been totally broken. And the, you know, the logic and kind of paths I'd normally take have been largely irrelevant. The room randomizer challenges you with beating the game in the standard way, except that you can't access rooms in the normal way you normally would, because the pathing between rooms is just totally random, so that should prove to be a unique challenge on itself. Burger King is called Burger King in the UK. Like Mackie D's, like all sorts of various bits. That has not changed. I'm in there for quite a while. Right, so we will know if things work when we enter this room here. There should not be zombies. There should be something else. That looks, well, I wouldn't say it looks correct. I don't think correct is the right word for this, but consistent? Oh, hello, Cormag. Wow, you joined at a good time, didn't you, sir? Yes, you just walked into Land Sharks for the second part of the series. How you doing, man? Yes. That is evolution right in front of your eyes, everyone. Oh, shit. I forgot to grab that. Oh, man. Well, we'll do that in a moment. Yes. The world of Resident Evil Remake Randomized, where we have land sharks and we've got chimeras glitched into walls. we have all sorts of mysterious things that have happened over the course of this series. It was some of the most eye-opening 6 and a bit hours that I've ever played in Resident Evil yesterday. Now, unfortunately, during my running back here, there's something I forgot to grab. I'm sure I would have started the YouTube recordings, in which case, hello YouTube! Say hi everyone. Hi to your future selves. Tell them what a bad job they did. So, we need to get ourselves a couple of extra bits and pieces. So we're going to grab some extra health, as I did do. We need that. We will also be requiring the crank, the square crank. Now, this is something that normally we would never need again. However, well, when you sequence break games, stuff tends to happen that you don't quite plan for. You'll see what I mean, but we're gonna need this. Not quite for the underground, but you're close. Oh, for fuck's sake. Going around. Going around. That's the gods, like, anger with me for my ineptitude. So, so we need to head to the residence. That's about the only real major thing we've not done at this point. Now, normally when we head for the residence, of course, we head through the gardens, and you know, the first time you go through the gardens, you would, yeah, I've got to do a whole loop around here. I do apologize. So normally you would head through the gardens. You'd go down to where you use the crank and you sort of drain all the water away so that you can head through to the residence. So that creates the waterfall, which breaks you from going to the underground. This is so absurd. And then when you'd head back that way, eventually you would drain the water, but then put in the battery to power the elevator, and then you can use that for a while to head up and down and skip going through the water bridge area. Fucking Chimera just stuck in the wall. However, because we've now done certain things, yes, there are actually 2 of them. Yes. Have you? I hope to God you've seen the first video of this at least. I do hope. However, because we've done certain things in the game, certain things have changed, which not normally we would come across. Well, you're in for a treat in about 5 minutes, Cormag, I can assure you that. There we go, put that in. So, let's head on here, and let's make our way towards the residence area, which is normally, well, curious at best. So, normally, oh, by the way, notice there's zombies here, not dogs, by the way. So, normally what we would do is head down here like we have done a few times, and we would use the elevator to get up and down. However, there's no elevator here. You guys might remember that we took the elevator down to go through to the underground area and do all of this stuff. Of course, we've not been up since. So, that's kind of a problem. We need to fix this. So we need to, I think we're going to need to use the crank in order to turn the water across so that we can actually get down. Yeah, I know what you mean, Vino. I know what you mean. So if we turn this again, this will block our access to the underground, but we shouldn't need that said access to the underground, I don't think. I say, normally, this is not a problem. Normally, you only activate it like 2 or 3 times, and I think you might be misinterpreting. I think you might be missing what you said. He was here for the whole last stream. I think he's referring to the fact that there's going to be a bit of backwards and forwards here. So if we head down this elevator here... Oh! There's no elevator here. Oh, shit. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right then, plan B. Plan B it is. So... Unfortunately, both the elevators are currently down. So we're gonna have to take a different route. Let's raise this. Let's raise this back up. I think what we're gonna have to do here, folks, is we're gonna have to go backwards through the game, which is always good. And what we're gonna have to do here is we're going to have to reach the waterfall area from behind the waterfall. Which means that we need to go through it through here. Which means we're going to need to go through here through the elevator. Which means we need to go through from Lisa's cabin and go back on ourselves. Because the elevators are both down. I have never experienced this in my life. It's not that long. It's not too bad, actually. It's unfortunate, but it's not that bad. So, we need to go and do the loop-de-loop. I don't think I've ever in my life headed this way to get to the residence ever. This is a first. I've never done this in my life. Take this crazy, crazy long way round. Well, potentially surprises. It gives us time to comment on various things that have been left unresolved. So, as outstanding in the games I've said, we're still missing a death mask, so we can't complete the fight down in the cabin area. We also have yet to find... One thing that has happened in this game is... oh, the moon crest's here. That's interesting, because those of you who are here, yes, they remember, this glitched. The moon crest, we put it in, and then it just disappeared and never existed again. So I'm glad that's back. That's pleasing. It has reappeared. We used it, we left, we came back, and it just despawned. And we don't know what's behind there. We used the wind crest to get these free, except none of these were stones. So that was interesting. We're also about to get attacked by a bird here. Gonna make me very cross. We have one of those two crests remaining. I mean, that would be pretty cool, Vino. Hopefully, when we do our stream in a couple of weeks on the 18th, I might be able to show you something somewhat similar to that. But that is to be confirmed. But yes, fascinating that the game has now proceeded to start unglitching itself. That's curious. This has been a bizarre stream. So, let's head into Lisa's shack and go backwards. I've never been in here so many times. There's nothing in here, is there? No, okay, cool. Right, so we don't need the crank, as it turns out. So that can go back there, that's fine. Yeah, we have the star crest. We're still missing one, however. We don't need anything else. We don't need anything else key item-wise yet, because we'll be sorting that out later. I so hope to God this isn't broken or something, and I now can't get back to residence. That would make me very sad. I wouldn't be shocked, Now, normally, you wouldn't actually be able to head back this way. Because what would normally happen is when you come down here, the first time I was playing with Jill, is the elevator gets taken back up by Barry because he kind of betrays you. Now, that didn't happen this game. Because Lisa Trevor never appeared because we technically already killed her, so I think the game never bothered spawning her. And because she never spawned, it seems to have prevented the flag triggering for Barry taking the elevator back up. So, this route should still be available? This is all speculation. So the elevator should still be here. Which means we should still be able to take it? Yeah, notice that Barry's still here, everyone. Because this scene of him taking the elevator up, it hasn't triggered. It can't trigger because it seems to be related to Lisa Trevor existing. But she doesn't. So it never triggers. So bizarre. So we should be able to take this up. Oh, no! We can't! Oh, no way! Oh, no! Oh, that's a disaster. We can't go up. Oh, damn it, Barry! Oh, shit. We can't get back up to the residence. There's no other way up. Right then. So... Well, no, because you see Enrico, that's before this. The Enrico scene happens before this. The unsticking sheet's not going to work. That wouldn't work because we have physically no way of getting to the residence on this save. All the entrance routes are locked. So if we want to do the residence... We're going to need to reload the game from a slightly earlier... Well, no, the square crank won't work because I can't... I can't take that route. The square crank doesn't go anywhere. That route doesn't go anywhere at all. No, the square crank works, and I've mentioned. The square crank works in that it does... it reduces the water out of the garden, wherever the garden is. Yeah. So the water area clears. You can't see my... Oh, you can see my mouse. Oh, good, yeah. So the water area clears here, but both these elevators are down. So the only way to access these elevators is from being down here going up. The only way to get to here is through this elevator, which is down here, which we can't take up. So if we want to clear the residence, we will have to reload a slightly earlier save in order to be able to do this. And I do want to do the residence. We just have to work out how early a save we need. Well, we're not soft... Well, yeah, we've soft-locked getting back into the residence, which is fascinating. I assume we can still beat the game at this save because we have this whole... The elevator here is powered. We should be able to work it. I don't know whether the game's soft-locked itself. I can't beat it anymore. But we will need to get into the residence off of a different save. Very, very interesting. Also, I don't know why the mouse is appearing today and it wasn't appearing yesterday. I don't know. I have no idea. We haven't been in the residence, so I don't know what's in there. I don't know if we need something there to beat the game. I have no idea. Okay, then. So, we will need to quit the game. Okay, then. This has been a fascinating, fascinating run. So, let's work out at what point do we kill the game? And can we not get back? Let's just load up 11 here for the moment. And let's just see. So this is going back a little bit. This is when we... Let me see. Okay, so that's here. Okay, let's have a look at the map here. So this is before we did anything in the B2. This is before we even went down the elevator. So actually, there's a fort. I think we can save this. Let's go back to the save previous, which is here. Number 13. I think this is one of the first times I've ever softlocked a game. This is fascinating. Right. So, this, ladies and gentlemen, is... so, we've just got hold of the second half of the cylinder shaft. This is what we use to go down and ultimately head down to the B2 and do that whole section. Now, at this point, we aren't really missing very much. So we got the residence, which we haven't cleared. Have we been to the labs yet in this game? Oops. Oops, sorry. We haven't done much to the labs because we haven't got the power key. Right. Okay. I need to look at my inventory here. Hold on. Alright. So we've got the power key that we can go into the labs. And we can do the labs now. What we need is the residence key, which we get off of the Star Crest. Yeah, we haven't even fought Yawn yet. We haven't done that boss fight. So... we've got the red book. We got the bottles. We got the key for room 003. So, if we want to beat everything... the lighter's up here. We have the lighter. Let me take these down, because it looks like we might actually need these. So, if we want to do everything... once we go down to the B2 from here, it's at that point we block ourselves from coming back to the... we can then no longer come back to the residence, because we block it all off. So we would have to do that now, which means we need to get the gallery key now using the wind crest before we do the whole underground section. That makes sense? So that's fascinating. We ended last streams in a situation where I had basically softlocked the game and didn't even realise. This has been a fascinating couple of streams. Fascinating. Alright then, okay. Let's put the cylinder away. We'll take the extra health. And we shall go and do this bit now then. Okay. So we need to go back the way we can. Yeah, so you see already at here, both the elevators are already down. So if I now do this section and that elevator gets blocked off, then the game's dead. So I need to do this section now. Or at least the wind crest, because that gives us the residence key. So we'll need to do this now. Okay. Yes, you haven't seen the you haven't seen yesterday's stream. So that is a bit of a problem. Right. There's no point using the square crank because there's no way to get both elevators up. It's not possible. You can only get one up or the other. So we'll need to take this up. Still like the worst zombie ever. Alright then. And then let's head towards Lisa's cabin. You'll see what I mean in a second, Cool Mag. You'll see what I mean. So if we head this way... That's the frightening part of doing things like this, is the fact that you can softlock your game and not even realised that that you've softlocked it. That is frightening, everyone. That is very frightening. Not far. All we've done from here is did the underground bit and then went to the lab. So not that far back. Not that far back. Yeah, so notice here, the moon crest hasn't even happened yet. Or maybe it's not reappeared. I don't know anymore. It's kind of frightening. But what we need that is important is not the crow. It's the wing crest. So normally, you'd use the wing crest here, and that would give you these 3 crests, which you then use to solve the puzzle next to you. But of course, these crests aren't actually crests. They're a green herb. They're an X-ray, which you don't actually need to beat the game. And most importantly, the gallery key, which we need to access the rest of the residence. That's the key we need to not softlock the game. So now that we have got said key, we can now look to actually clear through the residence now. And look to fight eventually Plant 42, is the plan. But yeah, we hadn't done very much in the labs. All we did was basically use the power key and turn on the power for the elevator, which I didn't have to do. I don't think there was any particular key items that we found in the bits of the lab that we did beyond this save anyway, so it shouldn't affect things. And all we found from going to the bit where you'd normally get attacked by Lisa was the yellow gemstone, which is for the mansion, which again is not critical. I'm just gonna... You're dead. Just get rid of you. I'm sick of having to wait for you. So we should be fine now. I think we should have... I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Right then. So, let's head to the Residence of Law. And for those of you that have not seen this residence from yesterday's stream, buckle in. Buckle in. So, let's head in here. And as folks know, we don't hang about in this room. Hear that sound? That's the sound of death. Enemies have been randomized to all sorts of crazy things, as you're about to see. So, we don't need the X-ray to beat the game. That can go. The gallery key we certainly do need. Let me combine this up as well, actually. So we need the gallery key. We would need the key for room 003. The bottles will have to come back for those, and we're gonna need the red book too. I don't think we need anything else in here. I don't think. Except I am going to save the game. Saving the game is a good idea. A couple of times we didn't save the game and bad things happened. And I was left to regret them. Well, hopefully, we're about to find those keys in the residence. Which I hope is about to happen. So we want to save 14 for the moment. So we'll save over this one. So we've got 2 14 saves now. So let's put this away. And let us delve forward into Bizarro World. So, that's the tyrant at the end of the game, everyone. However, there's actually 2 of them, clipping through each other. Now, as we have found out, if they hit me properly, we die instantly. It's like a weird sort of glitchy death that doesn't quite make sense, but we do die regardless. The game ends. So we have to get through without being hit, basically. That's uncomfortable. Yes, because there's actually 2 of them. It's really, really fucked up. But yeah, we had a few game overs in that situation. There is nothing I can do, unfortunately, so... Use the gallery key, and let's head inside. Jill's seen some shit the past 6-7 hours. She's seen some shit. shotgun shells. Nice. We'll take them. Right, so let's deal with these damn bee things. Now, I believe this doesn't randomize this gas thingamabob. Hello, Blitz. Oh, did you not see that yesterday? Of course, no, you didn't see that yesterday, did you? Yeah, welcome to randomized Resident Evil. It's a crazy world. This insecticide spray, I believe, is one of the few items in the game that does not move. This remains here. So let's go and do this quick puzzle. Oh, shit, the fucking door. Ah, damn. Forgot about that puzzle. We'll sort that out later. I'm actually surprised those are bees in there. I was expecting something worse. So we'll kill all them. I was thinking hunters. I don't know why. I just had a feeling it was gonna be like hunters or something, which would have been pretty brutal. That'd mean there about 4 or 5 hunters in this room, which would have been pretty gross. All right then. So what's around here? I know what normally would be here. It's a handgun magazine instead today. Great, just great. We don't need that. I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay, so this is the 003 key, which we already have. So we can use this and empty that. Oh, there has been hunter parties. We've had chimera parties. We've had all sorts of crazy shit happen. All right, let's head into here and see what we've got waiting for us inside. Hello, Colin. Yes, normally, I think that is normally the key for 003, where that handgun magazine was. I think that's the key for 003. I could be wrong. Doesn't appear to be anything in here. Okay. What's that sound? Ah. Huh. Cool. A swarm of angry moths. Okay, it's not so bad. Right then. So we can do this puzzle immediately as well, which is good. So this is where we would get the, yes, this here. That's about Plant 42. We already have the red book, so we can already solve this puzzle. So you want to switch that one with that one. You want to switch this one with this one. And then this one with this one. There we go. That gives us access to the Plant 42 room. I don't know if we want to go in here. I mean, you might as well, right? One thing we ought to check before we head in there, though. He's back over here. And that is... I already saved a moment ago, it's fine. Is this red herb, which is actually another residence key. I know where that goes, everyone. So this is key 002, I think, which gives us access to the bit on the left side, which we don't have access to yet either, I believe. Oh, 001. Yeah, same thing. Okay, so we now can get access to that. That's good. Neptune, sort of. We saw Neptune in his big, lovely tank. He was just accompanied by 2 yawns rather than other sharks. It was curious. Alright, and so here's the Plant 42 boss fight, which obviously we can't properly fight right now. So let's just leave. Good, you didn't poison me. This is pleasing. This is most pleasing. Alright then. So we've got the key for 001. We also need to get this password. which means we need to use the lighter to work out the answers. Barry would normally help you with Plant 42, however, I think you still need to have V-jotted the plant first. And also, given the amount of sequence breaking we've done, I don't know what to expect anymore. So I'm kind of preparing for the fact that we probably won't get his help. If we do, that'd be great. But I don't really know what exact flags trigger what exact scenes, and I don't know which ones have or have not already been triggered, because we've been all over the joint with this game. Right, now as we've established, we need to run.
Ooh! That was very close. That was very close.